Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever this video finds you. I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's Figure Showcase, I'm going to go through my custom NWO Wolfpac. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Alright, welcome back, and obviously the NWO is one of the most iconic groups in the history of wrestling, but the NWO Wolfpac itself wasn't necessarily as iconic. But at the time they had the Wolfpac, they had the NWO Elite, which was like Hogan, I don't even know, there was so much, and honestly by that time, I'd kind of started watching WWF more. I was a kid and I always flipped back and forth. Like, I really didn't understand that there was necessarily a war going on. I just knew that some guys I would see on WCW and some guys I would see on WWF. And when they would come to my hometown for house shows, I didn't even know why some guys weren't there. I did have a house show where WCW came and DDP spilled beer on my shoulder, which I was a child. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I wouldn't let my dad wash my shirt, which I'm pretty sure he just ended up throwing away because there was beer all spilled all over it. But I was very heartbroken at that same event because The Rock wasn't there, and I really didn't understand why. But anyway, today I'm going to go over the NWO Wolfpac. So I did just get this Hogan off ringside. He came, I got him on one of the Black Friday sales, but he is the NWO Wolfpac Hogan. So he's got his red, he's got just like they're like powdery tights. They're airbrushed. They look a little bit different in real life, but it's hard to capture that like airbrushed look on attires. But got the NWO in red on his boots. Nothing too crazy about this figure. I did torso swap it because I hate that Sheamus torso they use on some of on the Elite Hogans. I'm not a big fan. A lot of people aren't a big fan. I don't really know anyone that prefers that torso, but it is what it is. We'll move on. We'll get over it. But first off here, like I said, we've got Hogan, and then you can't have the NWO without Hall and Nash. So my Scott Halls, I have done a lot of head swapping, but for the most part, there's nothing too crazy about them. So the Legends, Hall, and Nash, I have posed with my Wolfpac members. So we've got Nash here, the Legends, and then the head on my Legends Hall, I believe, is from the WrestleMania Elite Scott Hall that we got in his black NWO attire, his WWF NWO. But then I did throw the Wolfpac like flip shirt on him. Nothing crazy about these guys. This is your NWO. You don't have NWO without these guys, so of course they've got to be the focus of my NWO portion of my shelf, even though there's some pretty cool members, at least that we have in our collection so far. Next up here is another figure that we did get from Mattel that I fixed up a little bit. We've got the NWO Wolfpac ringside exclusive Macho Man. So what I did with mine, I'll put him in front here so we can give him a little bit of a spotlight. If he'll stand up. So you can see I added the wrist gauntlet. So he did have, at one point he had these big gloves. So I did give him some cane gauntlets. I gave him one of the heads from the Ultimate that we just got, his normal NWO Ultimate. I gave him just like that black-haired head scan, the True Effects. But then I did use the sunglasses and the bandana from his ringside exclusive figure. And then with this figure specifically, I don't know if it was, I don't know. I have the memory of him wearing a knee brace, and I'm pretty sure I could look up pictures pretty easily. But I wanted him to have his knee brace, so he's got the knee brace on the right knee. It's just from a Stone Cold figure. And then he came with a rubber shirt that had like it says Macho Man on it, and it has like the cut sleeves. But it's rubber, and it's not a bad shirt. it really doesn't take away a lot of articulation with this Macho, but I just wanted to have him in an NWO shirt, so that's what we've got here. Next up is another Mattel offering, and this was also in the recent Legends line, but we've got the NWO Wolfpac Lex Luger. A lot of people are waiting a long time for this figure, or for a not maybe not necessarily Wolfpac Luger, but a lot of people really wanted the plain head scan that we got. So we did get this. We got this head scan a long time ago in the 3-pack with Macho and Sting, but we never got the Lex Luger without the face paint. So we finally did in the Legends line. We got this Luger, and then we got the Chase, which is pretty cool. Like they completely, like it was a completely new figure essentially. We did get both heads with both figures, but then the other one had orange tights, white boots, and had that different head scan. So a really cool Legends figure. Glad I could have him in my Wolfpac, but you know, Lex Luger really wasn't the guy that I was just like head over heels for as a fan. As a kid, I always thought Lex Luger was kind of boring, kind of a jerk. Just wasn't a huge fan of Lex Luger back in the day. Next up is Six, or X-Pac, or 123 Kid, or Sean Waltman, whatever you want to call him. But we got this figure, and this was one that surprised me. We've gotten a couple DX figures of him. We've gotten 123 Kid. We got one, and then we're getting one in the new Raw 60th anniversary pack, which that pack looks awesome. I'm definitely gonna get that. But then here we've got Six, and this one, like it wasn't really one I had thought even about getting. I really just wanted Hogan, Hall, and Nash, and as long as I had those for my NWO, I was gonna be happy. And then we got Six, and he came in one of the Walmart exclusive sets. Was it SummerSlam? SummerSlam Elite set? I don't remember. But he was a store exclusive, and I didn't see a lot of him. I was pretty happy to be able to pick him up, but nothing crazy with this figure. He has the double jointed arms, which they tried, or not double jointed, the pinless arms they tried for a while, which I've said before, like I didn't mind those. I did kind of like them, but a lot of people didn't. I do like the bulkiness to those arms, but the head scan wasn't anything new. It just had the red bandana, but then you had his Six attire. So it says Thug on the chest, it says Six Pac, and it says Notorious on the back. So a cool figure, kind of more of a deep dig. It's just not a figure I thought we would get. I was pleasantly surprised when we got it, and honestly, I think it holds up. I think it's a nice X-Pac / Six figure. Next up here is this one. One I love. The NWO, again a ringside exclusive. The Wolfpac Sting. So we didn't get a ton of Sting figures, a ton of Crow Sting figures. We got his Defining Moments figure, which I loved that figure. It was the first thing we got in the Mattel line. It had the coat, it had the short hair, it had the shoulder pads. I love that Defining Moments Sting figure, and this ringside exclusive figure I think is really, really cool. He does have, I have a Karrion Kross jacket on him, so actually I'll take that off so you can see it a little better. We've gotten this head scan on, I know we got it on at least one basic in the white paint, but I'm almost positive that even the torso for this is a unique torso. I think it's bigger than the 123 Kid torso. It's not it's not broader. It's not as broad as the Six torso you can see. And I'm almost positive they just used this torso, or maybe this was the Santino torso. I'm not positive. I guess I'd have to put them right next to each other, but regardless, I really like the red on this. Wolfpac Sting, it's himself. I didn't really care for. I didn't like Sting being in the NWO, but the look itself, the look is cool. The character, not. It was what it was. But I mean, it's really a repaint. We got the new scan, and I think it was new when we got this. but there's no true effects or anything. You got the Red Scorpions, you got the NWO here, and I'm pretty sure that's kind of hard to come by now. But lastly, here is a custom. So I think eventually I'm going to repaint the pants on this figure, but here is my custom Wolfpac Konnan. And who knows? I don't know if we'll ever get a Konnan figure. He does AAA, so it's not like he's helping with WWE. He's not like on a Legends contract. He's not going to AEW. He's got his podcast. He helps with AAA, and I mean that's about as much as he does, as far as I know. But I've got like the Eddie Guerrero pants, or they might have been R-Truth pants. I got a white Sheamus torso, and then the head scan is from a Toy Biz figure. So nothing too crazy, but an essential member for putting the Wolfpac together. I will add more members. You know, there's a ton of people in the NWO, like I said, some more prominent than others, obviously. And really, you can make an NWO figure for about everyone that was in WCW at some point. But I really like my Wolfpac collection. It's grown a lot. I do remember them saying before Hogan was released the first time that like it was going to be the year of Hulk Hogan, and we had gotten a bunch of ringside exclusives that were NWO figures, and once Hogan was gone, it just kind of stopped. But I feel like we're going to just keep getting them, and I don't have an issue with that. So that's going to wrap things up. If you like these showcases, click on the video that's about to pop up. Please like, share, subscribe. I always appreciate it. If you want to talk about figures, message me on Instagram. I have people do it. I've had a few people, more than a few, honestly. I've had people reach out on Instagram, and honestly, we just talk about figures, talk about customs, talk about wrestling. I mean, you name it. I'm always down to talk about action figures. But if there's anything you take away from this, please remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy figures. Figure Dude, out.